Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. We have Zentreya today. Zentreya is a wonderful creator who has been around for a long time. They were one of the initial people that started with in the VTuber side of VShojo. Of course, you had Gunrun and others who were doing the more back end side of VShojo. She was one of the intro people to it, in regards to, you know, like Iron Mouse and other people like that. Well, we have some bad news in the sense of she was doing a Subathon stream this month. She was doing Subathon, you know, as a lot of people do. It is a way to, you know, be with the community a lot, and it is a nice way to, you know, well, help pay for rent, honestly, and things like that. People like her, bigger people, do subathons in order to, you know, help with everything, like I said. But in this case, you don't want them to get hate raids, and she did get a hate raid. Apparently, after stream charts showed that Zen was getting #1 in female streamer category, because people look at stream charts, hate raids started attacking her stream. And these are hate raids from various people who are on the Twitch side. Luckily, they don't name them who they are. There's some people who are like, oh, you know, go, you know, make fun of this VTuber. Boom, let's raid in. Go make fun of this VTuber. Boom, we're raiding in. And things like that. Yep, more of that type of hate. Tons of hate comment accusing her of being AI, being trans, or a man pretending to be a woman. Here's my point on this. If they are trans, if they are a man pretending to be a woman, does that really change what they've done? Does that really change the amazing person that they are? Whether he, she, whatever. Does that change the things that they've done for the community? Does that change the kind person that they are? Every single time I have ever raided into a Zen stream, and of course, raiding into someone who's like 2,000, 3,000, etc., it could be like that's for, you know, for clout or whatever. Say whatever you want to say about me. You can say I'm a clout grabber. I don't really care. The point is, every single time I've raided to Zen stream, it's very few times that I did, she's always been like, hey, hope your stream has gone well. Go check him out. He seems like a good guy. That type of thing. Even people that have raided, I've seen people raid with one raider. She doesn't even restrict that. They don't even restrict that. Like he, she, whatever. They don't restrict that. That is something that I've seen people who have 10 people restrict. I say people who have 10 continuous streamers, chatters, restrict. I have seen that myself when I've had like 1 or 2 and I've tried to raid in. Oh, you know, they don't get raided by anyone less than 5. I've seen that happen from tiny ass streamers and not from Zen. So that is not deserved at all. Zen had to stop the stream due to a flood of hate comments coming their way. Truly horrid how much you get when you're #1, especially since Zen can't prove that they're a woman without doxing themselves. And inevitably, you see usual suspect hate on a VTuber for daring to actually make it. If you don't understand something, surely you must hate it. I want to yell effing normies, but if OP's comment is true, I doubt they're normies. Normies don't typically look up to these people. And as of course, social media algorithm is sending young children and adults into the pipeline of toxic content, and that distorts their mindset. Yes, it does. It really distorts their mindset. Look at all the people who like Hassan. It's how terrible. I would say it was the same people who were upset with Iron Mouse. The insults they're throwing seemed way too specific to be angry normies. Poor Zen. Hope she has another chance to bask in that #1 spot in peace. Really sucks that her subathon had to end on this note. This is not how it should be. Hope Zen is okay. Spoke too soon. Basically, seriously, I'm waiting for the conclusion of that cliffhanger we had in the last video. So yeah, it's like, I don't understand it. Anytime someone does text-to-speech or speech-to-text-to-speech or whatever the heck they're doing, they always assume that it's a guy. You know, whether it is or isn't, like I said, it doesn't take away all the beautiful things that they have done. People need reasons to harass VTubers to this day. I still read comments saying Mouse is a man with a voice changer. How she streams and what she does is irrelevant when it comes to being rude/edgy. And that's the thing. Let's go to actually Zen here. Of course, they are very successful. Very glad about that. They're saying, I'll be back tomorrow and add an extra day on again. Currently experiencing a lot of nasty stuff more than usual. It's exploding my notifications. Stay safe out there. Much love. You don't deserve that nasty treatment. Of course, please stay safe. Sorry to hear that. Stay safe. That type of thing here. You know, you have my take, of course, of being horrible. Starcat, a lot of people sending her love, which is absolutely what is necessary. Send them love. Send all the haters go to the Shadow Realm. Just send them love. Send Zen as much love as you can. Of course, they deserve it. And as promised, we do have a little bit of what was going on here. Let's listen to what she has to say. This is when she was getting hate rated, by the way. Unfortunately.
Getting a lot of nasty messages at the moment here. Threats and all that. So I think I'm gonna call here today. I don't know where this is all coming from.
Yeah, I know, it's not right for her to be getting these messages at all.
No idea what's happening right now, but I'm getting a lot of the...
So yeah, she ends up ending her stream pretty soon after this. It is kind of crazy. Of course, I'm speeding it up a little bit in order to get to the parts, of course, as she's looking through everything. She's trying to figure out what's going on.
I mean, I'm used to that, but I don't know where this is. I'm getting a lot all of a sudden out of nowhere. I don't know what's happening.
She was, as I mentioned before, she was trending
My stuff is blowing up, so I'm gonna...
Yeah. It's probably bots. It was most likely bots, like I mentioned before. This is just so you guys can kind of see what was happening.
You guys stay safe.
And of course, she ended the stream after
Everything's
this.
okay. Just stay safe, man.
She kept pretty calm during the whole situation. She really did. And of course, I'm calling her she because that is what she presents herself as. So she stayed really calm in this whole situation. She ended it. It does suck. But I did want to show you a little bit of extra stuff here. So yeah, it really does suck. And I continue to say she doesn't deserve this. No matter what, doesn't deserve this. Hello, everyone. You know me. I am the master of doom and gloom. I do doom and gloom for everything out there. The smallest little shake of the world, of the earth, and the world is ending. The smallest shake of anything, and the world is ending. The VTubing world is ending, etc., etc. Today, though, we are talking about Fumoto Yoshitaka, who used to be the executive vice president of Any Color. And I say used to be because he has quit. He has left. And here you go. He's starting Satellite 8, I believe is the name of the thing. He has this thing here. It says, after 7 incredible years of support, I have left Any Color. As a new challenge in my 30s, I'm joining Satellite 8, the team behind the enchanting girl Bagheera-chan, to take on the world alongside my partner YP. This YP person is this individual here. They are film direction, etc. You know, moving on to do things like this. They've done things like this. So they're moving on to support Bagheera-chan. Plan to summarize my past and future in note. Thank you for your continued support. Satellite8.co.jp. And of course, they used to be there with they're showing their time with Riku Tazumi, who doesn't look like he has a soul, but Fumoto at the very least looks like he has some kind of creativity going on there. Notice I have retired from Any Color during Satellite 8, and he also has it in Indonesian as well. So he has it Japanese, Indonesian, English, and it looks like Korean as well. He has gone through everything. Holy moly. And of course, I believe he used to be like managing Nijisanji ID, along with doing the VP stuff for Nijisanji overall. And of course, you have Hanamachia responding. And of course, for whatever reason, it doesn't translate her post. But it says, Hana-chan, thank you. You always bring me souvenirs whenever you come to Japan. Even though it's food souvenirs, I don't like eating them, and I still keep them. So basically, she gave a big thank you to him for all the work that he did for her. And that is great to see, because that means that he was appreciated. That means that he actually did some stuff. He actually did some things there to make it so that his brand was strong. He himself was strong here. Thanks for your hard work. You know, everybody's giving them thank yous and things like that. Of course, a lot of times you're like, well, they would give them thank yous either way. But I do think that he did have some strong stuff to do with this. Now, of course, these are some of the projects that is going to be happening here, as is mentioned right here, as you can see right there. A little bit of the Satellite 8, what it is and what they're doing. So, of course, this is a new chapter in his life, moving away from Nijisanji, and I think it is a good step for him. But wow, they lost their executive vice president. It's not the CEO or the COO or the CFO or any C-level execs. but executive VP is still a higher level executive, and for them to be losing it means something's going on, probably. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, maybe it was just he saw that there was no growth in Nijisanji and he wanted to move on. Still, this is a big loss for the agency. Michi Mochievee, or Michi Mochievee, however you want to say it, has had a little bit of a downer recently. Says a lot of IRL stuff has been affecting my mental super bad recently, but I'm fighting through it, and it's because I got the coolest community ever. They're so sweet and funny, so the moment something bad happens, they lock the F in and just aggressively support me. Man, I love y'all so much. And then, of course, she goes, hey, I'll be streaming tomorrow to chill and relax a bit, trying to get back up on my feet. And that was June 29th. So she did stream recently. And this is what she had to say. A little bit of this here.
I keep saying it. A lot of shit's been going on, right? Not work-wise, like IRL, personally. So you don't have to stress. Most of the time, God, here's the thing. I feel like I can stream, but sometimes I feel like when my brain goes crazy, I like to yap. Y'all know that. I love talking. I love yapping. It's just kind of part of something I enjoy doing. And you know when your brain is like really fucking weird, you give like you say borderline weird shit, right? I kind of don't want to risk it. That's one thing about me. I have no backbone. So if you think it's like, oh, don't worry about Michi, there's this, there's that. Like some people think this, some people think that. Well, I don't think, right? That's where I enjoy my life. You know, I know some people are like, oh, that's bad. You should have an opinion. You can have an opinion. You can have an opinion for the both of us. I like not thinking. I don't like, it's like, oh, I disagree. I agree. I don't care. I like to stay in the in-between. But when like shit's going on and your brain has a lot of like baggage in there, sometimes you're just like upset and then you just have thoughts, right? And because of that, you swing to an opinion or the other and then you say random shit. But when you're feeling better, you don't really think that way. Like when you're mad, you say things you don't mean, right? Same thing about the situation. Like when, I'm gonna be real, I'm not like, don't worry about me is the best way I can say. Like, I think I'm just frustrated and going through shit. I just don't want it to like affect. Yeah, like here's the thing. Here's my opinion. Holy shit. I'm gonna start saying shit. Write that Google Docie. So we're all human. That is true. But as a streamer or content creator, we're like, not everyone thinks this way, but people tend to forget that you are a human being that changes and make mistakes and say shit you don't mean, you know? You're kind of held to a higher degree. I'm not saying like, oh my god, it's so fucked up, blah, 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 blah. It just kind of comes with the job. This is from my understanding, or at least this is my opinion about it. You have a platform, so you're held to a higher degree to be careful about what you do and say.
And that is very true. And that's, of course, the reason why she hasn't been streaming, because when you are in a down point and, you know, like not feeling so great, then yes, you will have moments when you may be saying some stuff that you don't really mean. And yes, you are held to a much higher standard as a VTuber, as someone who is out there, someone who has grown to a certain size, especially her size. A lot of people hold her accountable for a lot of things she says, whether it's right or wrong that she should be held accountable. People do hold her accountable, and that is something that you just don't want to be responsible for when you are feeling really like crap. So I'm glad that she's feeling better, feeling good enough to be on stream and feeling good enough to continue. But yeah, I do agree with what she says. Animate is, of course, a merchandise company, a specialty store for anime, comics, games, VTubing in this case. And here we go. Animate, it has their web store here, their full web store here with, you know, news and all the kind of stuff that they have here. And of course, we're going to take a look at what is going on in everything here. We have their Holostars Kumamate costumes with, you know, the Kuma costumes here. Little bears, very, very cute. And a stuffed mascot is sold separately. So they are, I think, only selling the actual look, the actual like costumes themselves. You can buy the Kuma separately, the bear separately, but from the photos, from what this is saying here, the everything else is sold separately. Just the costumes are what you're buying. It's going to be 2750 yen, and it looks like there are, of course, 12 of them. And of course, the bears are sold separately. So you can take a look at this. You can, of course, buy it. That's about, well, I mean, depending on if you're shipping to from Japan to the US to wherever it is, it's going to be a little bit extra. It's going to be on 11/28. so it's not going to be anything yet, but they have announced that they are doing this collaboration together, which is great for Holostars. Holostars have been actually getting quite a few collaborations recently, which is very good to see. I'm very happy to see that they are getting these collabs, because that actually helps out in the future and, you know, them getting maybe something bigger. Because if these are successful, then Animate will come back and be like, yep, let's do it again next year, let's do it again next time, etc, etc. So this is always good. People are, of course, very happy about it. They do think it looks cute, because they do look cute, especially the Kumas, they look cute. And I do wish them the best, and I do wish them huge success for this one, because like I said, it helps them along in the future. Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame is the leader of the Bloodflame Kingdom and a member of Hololive Justice, the leader of Hololive Justice, EN Justice, of course. And she recently has moved some of her content, not all of it, but some of her content onto Twitch. I don't know how she's deciding to do the whole Twitch or the YouTube thing, but she's both on YouTube and on Twitch. She has adjusted her schedules accordingly. But let's take a look at something new that we have here. Of course, I have covered when she was moving to Twitch. I've covered her actual move to Twitch, so you know, in other videos in the past. But right now, we're taking a look at something new here, which is this form, this 3D form, which she's gonna have for. That's an interesting photo that they used, but well, the screenshot more than screen grab. But this is something, of course, that is through her, what she's going to be doing for, of course, her RP stuff that she does on Twitch or whatever channel she has. And of course, just to give her a little bit of justice, do her a little bit of justice, we do want to go through the look of how everything is. This is what she was doing there. We're not going to show all of it because it is an 8-minute clip. We'll show little bits and pieces, of course. I apologize for jumping through, but, you know, for brevity, levity, all that kind of stuff.
Wow, we're gonna go over here. Well, I found a glitch in the systems. Nice work, my lord. Yeah, I was gonna make this so cinematic.
It broke.
Mother trucker. Wow. Who's behind the curtain? I don't know. Look at those feetsies.
She's just having fun. I love that.
Whoa, look at that skirt. Hello. That's my character, Eliza Ashvale.
Eliza
Do a
Asheville.
jig now.
She actually did it.
That's my jig. Well, let me do my normal intro. Roses are red, the fire of my heart is blue, also known as the Scarlet Queen, the harbinger of order, leader of justice. I am Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame. Lovely to see you, Lovely.
And there we go. That is what I was going to leave it off on. I'm glad she did that. And of course, now she has that whole RP form that she can do of any kind of roleplay she wants to do. And of course, she has her own form and her own name and everything in there. Big congratulations to her for being able to get that done. And for now having a new, you know, avenue of doing these things, which is, of course, Twitch. Welcome back, everybody, to the Vtuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. The reason why I do this is because I want it to be a positive space for VTubing, a positive place where we can all just push each other up instead of tearing each other down. Make it a positive thing, of course. And today we're doing Kai Zay, or Zay, or Shay. I don't know exactly how to say it, I'm sorry. I'm really bad with names, period. I'll freaking mess up my own stuff sometimes. Kai, of course, is on Twitch. Let's take a look there. And it says your mom. And let's take a look at what they have here for us. They are, looks like they're playing Valorant here. So let's take a look.
What the? Oh my god.
How? What the heck?
Oh.
How did that happen? I don't know. I'm not a Valorant player, so I don't know what the heck was going on there. They acted very much like bots. They absolutely acted like bots. Was this a bot match? It could very well be sometimes. It's just that way. It's really, really strange. But either way, they did a good job. Look, I can't even beat bots, so I'm not one to talk. I'm not saying anything negative. I can't beat bots for jack squat in Valorant. I'm really bad at these types of games. So I'm very, very glad that they had fun. And of course, you can see Kai here on their YouTube side where they're primarily doing shorts. And of course, just wanted to show it to you so you could see both sides. And thank you so much, Kai, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always. And of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.